everybody. Welcome to the Festival of Bharat. My name is Sharan Sethi, your host. Today we are joined by Sri M.S. Chetraji. He is the director of Arohi Research Foundation and is currently working as a senior fellow in the India Studies Unit for Center for Educational and Social Studies in Bengaluru. Chetraji, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm fine. Namaste.
Right. Today we'll be talking about a lot of topics around the theme of Brahminical patriarchy and the Western scholarly interpretation of Hindutva, especially given the fact that dismantling global Hindutva concluded recently. There is a lot of debate in the academic community as to how Hindutva is being politicized and is being misinterpreted by some of these Western scholars. Chetraji, let me ask you my first question. Everybody seems to be talking about the Hinduism versus Hindutva debate. What on this?
See, there is a peculiar situation. These debates began probably more than a century ago. People started talking about it. See, the peculiarity is of this kind. See, there are groups and organizations which says that they are founded on Hindutva. And there are the groups which actually challenge or criticize or sometimes wanted to dismantle this entire something called whatever that is called Hindutva. And some people would see that this Hindutva is dependent on Hinduism. And some people don't see any relationship between Hinduism and Hindutva. They make this distinction. So if you look at this marketplace, you have all kinds of stories available around Hindutva and Hinduism. Now, if you go and talk to people who say that we are for Hindutva, we are doing Hindutva politics, this is not just Sangha Parivar. There are a large number of people. They may not be even connected organization. A lot of people respond to something called Hindutva. Now, if you look at what makes them into Hindutva, the only broader term or only broader understanding that you have is that these people are referring to something which is part of Indian culture. In fact, if you talk to a large number of people, they would say even people of Pakistan, people of Burma, I mean, all these people also are very similar to us, therefore it is Hindutva. Yeah. In fact, many people would even say that how could there be Hindutva without having Muslims? So therefore, one thing is very clear. The people who think that they're part of this Hindutva kind of a world, they do not see it as part of some kind of a religion or something. There is something called Hinduism, which is a religion, and as a part of it, the essence of that religion is Hindutva, and this Hindutva gets linked to different kinds of things. Now, there are one group of people who are alleged as Hindutva group. These group of people, if they talk about, they do things in the sense they wanted to go together with a lot of people. They wanted to celebrate diversity. They wanted to respect the kind of ritual practices across the tradition, etc. Is one way in which you see them. There is also an academic and also public criticism of this movement, which would be like saying that these are fascist, these are communal, and these are that, this whatever worst thing on this earth that you could see is being alleged in Hindutva. Therefore, it is unclear now what is being debated in this. If you, on a very plain terms, if you look at it, now on a very broader term, the only way that you can make sense of Hindutva as something in this world, which is real, is that this is about people of Indian culture. I mean, if you say it, then it makes sense because then there are no religious distinctions that are necessary. There are many people who actually ascribe Hindutva is dependent on something called Hinduism. Now, it is not those people. I mean, many people call themselves Hindu and, therefore they're part of Hindutva, etc. If you look at this kind of naive descriptions which are available in the marketplace. No, it is not their headache because they don't seem to have any conception of Hinduism. And what is this relationship between Hinduism and Hindutva? Nobody knows, and it is actually the people who are alleging that, there is this Hinduism as a religion and then of which Hindutva has emerged are the one they have to prove. The only thing at the maximum that if you want to understand is that there are people who are in India. There are all kinds of people, all kinds of traditions which are there. there is extraordinary diversity of practices that they possess, and they have a wonderful way of coexisting with each other. And that is what many people would label it as Hindutva. So, but the point is, if someone asks you what is Hindutva and what is Hinduism, academic literature doesn't tell you anything. Nobody knows. Now, for at least now 800, 900 years, we know that this usage of Hindu has something to do with people of India. I mean, if you look at even in census period, there are records in census record in 1920s and 30s where even Muslims, when they were asked what group you are, which religion you are, so some people have actually recognized themselves as Hindu Mohammedans. So in that sense, Hindu is a very generic kind of a usage. And the people who belong to that kind of existence could be broadly labeled as people of Hindutva. But the academic literature, what you read in newspaper, seem to suggest something that this is fascist, communal, etc., which I don't know where to find in this world. So therefore, what are they talking about? This Hindutva as villain, Hindutva has to be dismantled, it has to be abolished. Something they're actually trying to go, and that's something which I don't think exists anymore. So this is what I can broadly say about this debate.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.